Hello grade 4 and welcome to the very first IBT practice video. This is Ms. Noura Mustafa, your English teacher from Emirates American School. Today we are going to take a very vital tool that we will use in all our written tasks, which is punctuation. And the very first one we will cover in punctuation is the usages of commas, how to use your commas correctly in all your written tasks. Please bear in mind that this is our 5th video and it's only part 1. That means that we will also take part 2 again on the usages of commas. Let's get started. The objective. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to use commas correctly in all your written tasks. Commas, 8 basic usages. We want to cover on this lesson 8 basic usages of the commas. 8 very fundamental, very simple, basic usages of commas that you should not put a comma in a wrong place. Alright? However, on this video we shall only cover 5, and on part 2 we will cover the rest plus some exercises. Now I want to apply with you a strategy called test, teach, test. What does this mean? I'm going to test your ability to use the comma first, then we are going to take together how to use it correctly. Then after this video you will check again your sentences. Did you use the comma correctly or not? Let's begin by writing only 2 sentences with commas. Keep those sentences with you. Share after the video which comma rule did you apply on each of the sentences. Please pause the video and write your sentences down. Thank you for writing your sentences. Now let's move on. To better understand the use of the comma, begin by learning the following 8 basic uses. 1. Use a comma to separate independent clauses. Do you remember independent clauses? We said before that independent clauses are clauses which can depend on themselves. They don't need any additions to be understood, such as, I ate an apple. I can totally understand it. And I say also, I went to school. I can totally understand it. But what if I said, I went to, and then nothing? It's not an independent clause in that case. It's dependent. It needs some extra words or phrases to be understood properly, correct? Use a comma before a coordinating conjunction. And I hope you do remember the compound sentences. Remember when we use compound sentences, we said, for example, I woke up late, comma, so I went to school late. I woke up late is a total complete clause, and I went to school late is a total complete clause. Correct? So before so and after so is 2 complete sentences when it joins 2 complete ideas. So what I need you to know now is to put the comma always before and, but, yet, so, or, nor, for. Okay? Such as, he walked down the street. This is a complete sentence, right? Complete one. He walked down the street. I can understand it. But I want to add more to my sentence as a compound sentence. How can I do this? By adding again another complete sentence with another subject, another verb. And then he turned, subject, turned, verb, the corner. Where did I put my comma? I put my comma before the coordinating conjunction and. The second example, you can go shopping with me, comma, or you can go to a movie alone. The 2 sentences are independent, the 2 sentences are complete. So, subject, verb, subject, verb. Correct? You can go shopping with me, comma, or you can go to a movie alone. So the comma is placed before and or before the coordinating conjunction. Rule number 2. Use a comma after an introductory phrase or clause. How is that? Let's see. A comma tells the readers that the introductory clause or phrase that has come to a close and that's the main part of the sentence is about to begin. Please, let's see the example. When Evan was ready to iron, his cat tripped on the cord. When I was just about to enter the class, I tripped and fell down. See? So this is an introductory clause. When I was just about to eat, I remembered I had to call my mom. Introductory clause or phrase here. Correct? And then I put after it the comma. It's just an introduction to what is going to happen in my sentence, right? Another example. Near a small stream, comma, people discovered a gold mine. So here I introduced the situation Evan was in, and here I introduced the place. And in both cases, it's just an introduction of what is going to happen in the main action. Please pause the video and give yourself some time to read this rule carefully. Thank you. Let's move on. Rule number 3. Use a comma between all items in a series. This is a very simple and easy rule that I'm sure that you are already using. Rule. A series is a group of 3 or more items having the same function, such as we bought apples, comma, peaches, comma, and bananas today. Those are series of words. Correct? Bananas, peaches, and apples. And these all have the same functions. They are all fruit. Correct? And they are all nouns. Alright, I hope this is clear. And bear in mind, this and does not join between 2 independent clauses, like the compound sentence. It's only words. Okay, another example, more complex example. Mary promised that she would be a good girl. That number 1, she promised that. Number 2, she would not bite her brother. Okay, that's number 2 promise. The third promise, she would not climb onto the television. Mary seems to be a very naughty girl. Okay, so the clauses are complete sentences. A clause is a complete sentence. So number 1, 2, 3. You can put commas between complete sentences. You can put commas between just words as series of words. Okay, like this one. Please pause the video again. Give yourself time to read very carefully this rule. Rule number 4. Use a comma to separate non-restrictive clauses. What are the non-restrictive clauses? Use commas to enclose clauses that are not essential or not important to the meaning of the sentence. These non-essential clauses are called non-restrictive. Like what, Ms. Noura? Non-restrictive clauses may begin with relative pronouns such as who, whom, whose, that, which. An example? John, who spent the last 3 days fishing, is back on the job again. Now, how do you know an unrestrictive clause? That you need to put a comma here. Number 1, it should begin with a relative pronoun such as who, whom, whose, that, which. Like here, who spent. And you will know it also if you remove this sentence totally and the sentence still makes sense, like John is back on the job again. It still makes sense. It's not an important sentence here. Who spent the last days fishing. Not an important phrase. Okay. Rule number 5. Use a comma to set off appositives. Appositives are the same as non-restrictive, but they are a noun or a noun phrase that renames a nearby noun. So a noun and it gives it another name. It clarifies it more. Also, appositives offer non-essential information. The example will make it more clear. Alexander Pope, the poet, is famous for his dialogues, or monologues. So, Alexander Pope, the poet, is famous for his monologues. Michael Jackson, comma, the singer, comma, is famous for his songs. Correct? So, I'm just reintroducing this person. Who is he? Okay, so that is an appositive. And again, this green phrase is not important. We can say Alexander Pope is famous for his monologues. Number 2, the bookshelf, a large piece of furniture, was moved into the house first. Again, we can remove this sentence. It's not important. The bookshelf was moved into the house first. But I'm using it to rename the bookshelf. Am I right? I'm giving more details to the bookshelf. To rename it, to say what it is, to define it, to define Alexander Pope. Who is he? But I can remove it. It will not affect my sentence at all. Please pause the video and read this rule very well. Now, it's time for you to check the sentences that you wrote at the very beginning of this video. Remember? Please get them out and tell me, which comma rule did you apply on them? Did you use the commas correctly? Please share your old sentences with me and how you edited them after the video also, with different colors on your paper. Like, for example, if you wrote the old sentences with pencil, edit them with the red pen or the blue pen. Assignment. Write 4 sentences using the 4 comma rules we have learned in this video. And please share your assignment with me after the video. Thank you, and I hope you have enjoyed your very first IBT in term 3. Thank you.